Hello everybody, welcome back to X Never Gaming. Today's video, I wanted to talk about gamers' pet peeves. We have many of them, but it seems to be the same stuff coming up over and over again. You got, online trolls, toxic players, pay-to-win DLC, the thing that everyone seems to blame when they lose, lag. But there are some things which have been affecting us a little bit longer than that. Things that before the whole online gaming revolution, pet peeves that, even though they are from an age gone by, still affect us. And that's what I wanted to talk about. There's not going to be a great deal of other stuff going on in this video. I just wanted to make my list of the top 5 things you just don't hear too many people talking about. I mean, well, say 4 things that people don't talk about and 1 that everyone talks about, but it deserves mentioning. The first one would be no more manuals in game cases. Why? I mean, I used to love it. Whenever you used to get a new game, especially in days of PS1, like the PSX, PS1, you'd pick up a new game, and between the game shop and getting home, all you could think about was playing that game. I mean, it's still the case now. If you buy a hard copy game, you're pretty much just thinking about that from when you leave the shop to when you get home and actually get it in the disc tray, or in the console or PC or whatever. But before, you could sort of fill that time, crack it open, get the manual out and start going through it. So you already knew the basic controls, you had a little bit of the story, and you knew a bit about the characters you were going to play. Why did they get rid of that? It was brilliant. Now, they've taken that away, and they've given us about a month, 2 months after the release, they'll start churning out these official guides, and it has all the stuff that used to be in the manuals, plus all the game spoilers that just kind of ruins it. The booklet was enough of an insight to get you excited, and also to give you that base knowledge, but not enough to take away the thrill of actually playing the game. And it would make me so happy to start seeing that back again. Just to be able to have that little booklet to flick through, especially now with games, with sort of day one patches and stuff like that. Even when you get it actually in your console, you then have to wait for the game to update. It's a brand new game and it still has to update. So give you something to flick through, something to do. Make me happy. Don't know about anyone else out there, but it definitely made me happy. Number 2. This is going to sound weird, but greasy controllers. Now, I have had friends, you can't, they come over, you're having a bit of a gaming session, maybe, most recently I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn with a friend of mine, came over, we got a load of snacks, beers, all that sort of good stuff. And we were playing, and we did the old school rule of 1 death pass. So as soon as the person died or failed miserably, you'd pass the controller over and let the other guy have a go. Now, as I mentioned, there were snacks. Crisps, nuts, all that sort of stuff. When you touch them, it leaves grease on your fingers. And if you don't then wipe your hands before going back to playing, it leaves this slick film. Now, on the buttons and the majority of the controller, it's not too bad. But on those analog sticks, if I feel that on my thumbs, it makes my skin crawl. I have to pause the game, go get a cloth or a piece of kitchen roll or whatever, and completely clean that controller down. I have to. I cannot play like that. And all it takes is a little bit of consideration. If you know you're going to be eating while gaming, have a cloth or a towel or something near you so that, mouthful of grub, quickly wipe the hand, back to the game. It takes seconds. It's not that difficult. Do it. Think of the other gamers in the room. Number 3, leaving discs out of the case. Now for me, this doesn't just apply to games, it also applies to, you know, DVDs, Blu-ray, CDs, all that sort of stuff. And it really, really irritates me because scratches, I can't deal with it. Maybe it's just me being OCD, but it has to be perfect, because if I see a scratch, I am then paranoid for the rest of the time I'm using that it's just going to stop working. And if it stops working, well, that might be enough to make me go back to smoking. Number 4. This is the one which has been mentioned a couple of times, and it irritates everyone apart from the people who make money off of it, and that is overcharging for games, only then to leave like half of the game's features or content behind a paywall. This is ridiculous. Not only have the prices of games been going up steadily over the past sort of 15, 20 years, been slowly going up and up and up. I mean, I remember when I was at school, new games would cost you 30, 35 quid. And that was like brand new games. Unless it was a collector's edition, in which case it would be, 40 quid, 45. Now we've got to the point where you can be charged 50, 55, 60 pounds for a game, and then after, say, the first 10, 15 hours, you've explored all the stuff that you've just paid for. But you can get shed loads of extra maps, weapons, costumes, gameplay modes, but they're going to cost you. And there'll be, 3 or 4 packs, which will give you access to all these things. And they're like £10, sometimes more, like £10, £20 a go. Well, hang on a sec. So by the time I've got all the currently available content for this game, I've spent about, 80 quid. That's not on. What? Did you not make enough money from overcharging me for the original thing there? I mean, I get it. If you have an idea late on, too close to release to actually include it in the full game, fair enough. Release it as DLC after. But don't charge me what used to be the price of a full game just for a few extra costumes and extra maps. It's ridiculous. And it infuriates people because the vast majority of people, like gamers, don't have the money to be spending on all that stuff. It could, by the time you've actually got, say a game comes out, you spent 50 quid because you pre-ordered it, and you get the game, day of release, really happy. A week later, they release 2 or 3 extra packs, each one $19.99. Alright, fair enough. Okay, so, I'll complete the game, and then I'll get myself a pack. Get a few more features, complete that, and then maybe a month later, after the next payday, I'll get myself another pack. By the time you have bought those 3 packs, or remember to buy those 3 packs, not only have you played the game to death, and are quite possibly bored of it by now, but they've also released another 3, or 4, or 5, each one being the same price each time. It's, for the vast majority of gamers, not sustainable, and it boggles the mind why people keep on paying for this stuff. The companies do it because they know people will buy it. Basically, kids who don't have to, earn their own money, getting mummy and daddy to pay for it, and there are so many of them that young adult gamers who, you know, all your money goes on rent and bills. You're still young, so you're not earning all that much. You can't afford that. No way. And stats mainly show that the vast majority of gamers are in that band, sort of young adults, sort of between the ages of 20 and 35. Well, guess what? I haven't got the spare cash to spend, you know, an extra 20 quid or an extra 60 quid every few months just to be able to play a full game's worth of content. Shame on you. Shame on you. And number 5. Now this is my personal pet peeve, and it really, really gets to me, because this is something that potentially kills a game for me. I recently stopped playing a game, and it was because a friend was visiting. They, instead of logging into their own PSN account, used mine. Now, the night before when we were playing the game together, we were doing one death pass. That was fine. That was cool. I then went to bed. Had to go to work the next day, so I got up, went to work. Fair enough. This person then did not log into their own account and start playing their own save game. No. They carried on playing my save, explored the entirety of the map, opened up 100% of it, actually advanced the story by only a single mission, granted, but still advanced the story and made me miss crucial cutscenes. So when I eventually went to play the game again, I was unsure of what had happened. I had been robbed of the experience of exploring that vast area, and it just, in my mind, broke the game. The only way I could get back into that game is if I started, because I'm an idiot and I only had one save file that I just kept on overwriting, I had to start a new game and get all the way back to where I was. Mind you, I'd already been playing this game for about 2 or 3 weeks. That is a lot of hours I had logged getting to where I was. And as soon as he got on the game, because he had all day just to fuck around and play on it, his plan seemed to be instantly uncover the whole map, explore things. Granted, I got a few trophies out of it, but at the same time, I didn't earn them. I have since deleted that save game. I tried to start a new one, and upon realising that it would take me, again, another couple of weeks to get back to where I was, completely lost interest. Now this was a AAA title that I had been waiting for quite some time, and now it's broken. The game is effectively just dead to me. Can't play it. Won't play it. Done. And that is just the worst thing that anyone could ever do for me. To rob me of that experience, a game that I had been looking forward to, plus there's the fact that there are no other games around at the moment that I was really excited to play, that I have a drive to play. You know, I've just had to go back to my old favourites and be, you know, mildly entertained, I suppose. Anyway. Shit. Okay, that was me. I'm now done venting. What I'd like to know is, what are your top gaming pet peeves? What is it that really, really makes you just furious? What makes you really want to just punch the nearest inanimate object, because punching people would be wrong? Okay, so thank you very much for watching. There will be another video on Friday where I will be doing a full review, and Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you. You can wait. Hit the subscribe button, and when you do that, also hit the little bell that gives you a notification whenever we upload. Thank you very much. I'll see you later.